Do I have everybody's attention now?
Welcome to STS Radio.
You just wait and see how far we're gonna go.
Because regular radio fucking sucks.
Aw, yeah. It's another day in podcast land. I'm Andrew Moss. With me, as always, is Bruce Gates.
Hey.
No, it's probably the worst intro I've ever done.
Likewise.
Yeah, you're just like,
I get lazier each time, dude.
Dude, I'm surprised at this point you're just not like, no, I don't even want a podcast. Why not? Can't think of anything good for the intro.
And with me, as always, Bruce motherfucking Gates. Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, You're just going to like full on Stephen Wright, like, hello.
Yeah, seriously. Hey. Thank you.
You know, I used to think a podcast was something that a pig only got when he broke its foot. Thank you.
So are you buried in 20,000 feet of snow as I am?
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Shoveled your balls off, did you?
I think one of them's still attached.
Not sure.
No, not entirely. Here's the thing that pisses me off, though, man. I'm down here in Rhode Island and whatnot, and my parents have perfect fucking timing because they're in Las Vegas.
Oh, those bastards.
And the last I knew, my mom was upset because she's like, "Well, it's 67, but it's cloudy."
Oh, it's cloudy.
Yeah, exactly. I looked at her, I'm like, fucking wah. Wah, it's cloudy. Wah.
Oh, it's cloudy. I can't deal with cloudy.
Wah, it's still 67 degrees. Wah.
Not a speck of snow. Not a hint of precipitation.
I didn't have to
Just
shovel
cloudy.
anything. Wah. So I was a little bit ticked off about that. I'm just like, fucking.
You're like, oh, come on.
Fucking.
You know, speaking of that guy, he's actually on New Girl, the show that Liz and I watch.
Yeah.
That Brian Engine. Yeah, he plays one of the teachers. He's like a bio teacher or whatever. He's pretty funny.
Dude, he is funny. If you've heard his stand-up, he's pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, I've heard the Nerd Rage thing, obviously.
Well, yeah, that's fucking classic.
Oh, yeah. Come on now.
Yeah, he also did a guest spot on the show that I like called Holliston. It was just
You've told me about that show before, but I don't think I've ever checked it out.
It's a good show. Like, next time I come see you, I'll bring that up with me.
Right on.
Good show for anybody that hasn't seen it. Like, just trust me on this. It's a little difficult to explain, but go check it out. It's awesome. But yeah, he did a guest spot in one episode, and they were basically like making fun of like how his character had no name, like they were breaking the fourth wall. He's just like, nah, I'm store clerk number 1.
I'm not important.
Exactly.
At least he's honest.
Yeah. At least he's funny. Like, he acknowledges it and he's fucking hilarious about it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
So how bad did you guys get hit? Like, did you get as much as, because we got, I think, like 2 or 3 feet up here.
Not as bad as you. We got I want to say a little bit more than probably a foot or so.
Damn.
I'd say anywhere between like a foot and 2 inches to like 1.5 feet.
So, yeah, like you said, not as bad, but still, it's kind of bad for you guys.
Yeah. But I loved all the weather coverage like beforehand where they're like, we're getting snow! We're all fucked! They're like, let's go to the graph over here. They show New England, shows like the Worcester area, Massachusetts getting like fucking like 7 feet of snow as per usual because it's fucking Worcester and nobody's there anyway.
Worcester.
Yeah. Fucking Boston was getting like, 24 plus inches. Fucking southern Massachusetts was getting like 18 to 24. Like 3/4 of Rhode Island was getting like 18 to 24. The other was just getting like 12 plus inches or something like that. And then you check on another station and they're like, everybody's getting 2 feet of snow. And I'm just like,
you're all screwed.
I'm just like, nobody is like consistent with it. You ever notice that? Like, it's almost like they just spin a fucking roulette wheel. Like, all right, Rhode Island.
Oh, totally. That's totally what it is.
And
I mean, remember Lewis Black's joke about the weatherman in San Diego and how, like, that's the best job on the planet because you get 6 figures a year, you're on the air for 5 seconds, all you have to do is be like, it's nice.
Yeah.
Back to you, Andy.
Well, he's right.
He's right, and that's, I mean, there it's easy because it's predictable, but it's easy anywhere because it's not predictable, so you can really say unless you come out, like, on a day like today and be like, yeah, it's going to be sunny in the 90s, unless you're, like, way off the mark, no one's going to call you out.
There's a fucking tornado coming.
Seriously, unless you're way off the mark, I don't think no one's going to call you out. You're going to have your job as a weatherman. Which is bullshit, because if I, like, went into work and I was like, yeah, I ordered all the wrong shit, whatever. They'd be like, go home. You fat load of useless. What are you doing here? You are such a Carl. Get the fuck out of here. You're like, well, you're right.
You worthless sack of Carl.
Why, you big fat Carl? I'm sorry.
The Doppler was wrong. Yeah.
But seriously, it does make you wonder, like, are they using a dartboard? Like, what the fuck are they doing to come up with these figures? Because, man, it's, like, all over the place.
Dude, I honestly wish I knew.
And then there's the opposite end of the extreme where I saw someone on my Facebook feed, I won't point out who it was, but someone was like, oh, it's all a hoax, this is just a ploy to get people to buy more food for the Super Bowl and empty the shelves. I was like, and even Liz said this, like, they don't need fucking anything to sell more Super Bowl food. That is, like, a lock. Like, that is not a problem at all.
Like that, like, this is like Black Friday for supermarkets.
Seriously.
That's like Super Bowl weekend. Like,
they don't need any help.
The week
they don't need a snowstorm conjured up to help that along any.
No.
I think it's fine by itself. But to be like, no, there's no snow coming, then you look outside like, yeah, how about that?
Yeah, you look outside, can't find your car anymore. You're like, yeah, about that. Click.
Oh, it's a conspiracy. They put that there,
Yeah, and then the snow falls, and they're like, oh, look at all this snow. Thanks, Obama. Like, it's all this fucking fun. Like,
give me my gun back, asshole.
Yeah.
Then I can at least shoot the snow. Could you imagine taking pot shots at flakes of snow? You'd be like the most dangerous person on the planet, just like, what are you doing? I'm stopping the invasion. Look at Obama. He's sending the snow warriors. Whole fucking loon.
Yeah, meanwhile, somebody's like, why isn't that guy using a fucking flamethrower? You know what? Let him go. This is the only thing he's got. His fucking wife left him. His kids don't love him. Shooting snowflakes is the only thing he fucking has. Just let him go.
Oh man, flamethrower reminds me of the George Carlin quote about flamethrowers. Have you ever read that?
Oh yeah, I love it, dude. I posted it up on Facebook a few days ago.
Okay, that was where I saw it from. That is great.
Those that don't know, is George Carlin was saying, the flamethrower had to be invented by a guy who was just like, you know what? I want to set those people over there on fire, but I'm not close enough.
What can I use to set those people on fire?
By the way, speaking of Carlin, man, I was watching Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey yesterday because, fuck it, I was bored out of my skull.
Mm-hmm.
And really, like, those movies don't do anything for me anymore except miss George Carlin even more.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's the only thing.
Pete told me that apparently he was shown Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure or Bogus Journey, whichever the fuck the one it is, where they go back in time or whatever.
First one, I think.
Yeah, I think it was the first one too. But apparently he was shown that in history class because it, quote, related to history.
How?
Because they go back and get these fucking guys from the past and I don't know.
Yeah, but what part does Napoleon at a fucking water park deal with history?
I don't know.
Or him eating a fucking gigantic ice cream sundae, or what?
Not to mention, it's the classic stereotypes of all these characters. Like Abe Lincoln is like, this 407 years ago, like walking around, like reciting his speeches, basically.
Yeah.
Fucking Napoleon is this dwarf of a guy
who's fucking
like,
pissed off.
Yeah, like they're just all these stereotypes of these people.
Like a certain boss I remember. Anyways. Anyways, so how you doing, Bruce? But yeah, I was watching that. What was the other thing I was watching yesterday? It was it was this thing called Chillerama. You ever watch that?
Oh, you were just telling me about that. No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Oh man, that's fucking. Here's the thing. Is it a good movie? No, but it's fun.
It's one of those that doesn't have to be a good movie. It's sort of like the original House on Haunted Hill, or Attack of the Giant Leeches, like that kind, or
pretty much, yeah. Like, dude, if you like Killer Clowns from Outer Space and like you like those goofy like horror movies, it's kind of like a spoof of like the 1950s or 30s horror movies. You'll love this.
Right on.
Because it's basically like 4 like stories in one movie. And it's basically like, a bunch of kids go to a drive-in movie, and like 3 of the stories are like 3 of the movies that they're watching, and the other story is what's happening at the drive-in. And
that's kind of cool. I mean, it's a cool concept.
It is a cool concept, and if you can suspend disbelief a lot, it's a fun movie. Like literally, the first movie was titled Wadzilla.
Oh no.
It's about a giant fucking sperm that goes on a fucking rampage through New York.
Watch out for sperm.
It's fucking great. Let me see. The second one was like Attack of the Werebears or something like that, and it was basically like a spoof of like the 1930s like 1950s like horror movies, almost like Teenagers from Another Planet, kind of that style.
Okay.
But it's basically like a guy kind of figures out that he's gay and gets I don't remember if he was like bit or raped by like this quote unquote gay guy. But all of a sudden he turns into a werebear, meaning like a hairy guy in the gay community.
No way.
Like he gets fur on his face and whatnot, but he's dressed in like S&M clothes.
So are most of the 3 movies related to like sex in some way? Like it's like a giant sperm, is this big gay guy, like
the third one isn't. The third one was directed by one of my favorite directors, Adam Green. It was called The Diary of Anne Frankenstein.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Can you imagine that book? Like if that book actually existed, it would just be like,
Dude, why would it? They made the movie. People will watch a movie over a book.
Seriously. Dear Diary, today. And Jews.
It's a good fun movie. I say go watch it, man.
I'll have to check it out.
Just think and be like, what the fuck is this?
What is this shit?
Why did Fatty recommend this to me?
I smell a shitting on screen.
Maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe. I don't know.
Me. You're like, I don't know if we can touch that. It's kind of cinematic gold. I don't really feel right about shitting on it.
It kind of does fine on its own.
Sort of like picking on the slow kid in school.
Kind of, but at least this one tries. So it's not totally at fault.
Oh man. Oh, and then I saw that double down thing you posted. Speaking of Facebook posts that you've made, that friggin' double down hot dog.
Oh man.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, here's the thing. I would probably try it.
Really?
Just to say, like, you know what? I at least tried it.
I got a heart attack from eating a double down hot dog.
Well, no,
but at least I can say that I got a heart attack from eating a double down hot dog.
Well, dude, how many times have you looked at something and you're like, oh my God, that's disgusting, but you're kind of curious enough to be like, you know what? I would at least give it a shot.
It's like the train wreck incident, you know? It's like you don't want to look, but you have to.
Exactly, because there's a chicken head hanging out of somewhere. You know,
right.
Like when the original Double Down came out, everybody's like, oh my God, that's disgusting. Some people tried it and they're like, you know what? This actually isn't bad. Like those fuckers,
I guess.